Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general collective weekend check-in. We're going to talk about the energies coming in this weekend, what challenges we might have to face. I do want you to keep in mind timing and energy is still fluid. This could play out this weekend. This message may or may not be for you. This reading is also not sign specific, but I will call out any zodiac signs that I do feel me mentioning throughout the reading that you may or may not be dealing with. And so the energies coming in this weekend are asking us to find and to express our authentic truth. We have Lilith and Leo forming a trine to Venus and Aries. And so this is where we find the motivation to make a decision that's best for us. Aries is about the self. With Venus and Aries, Jupiter in Aries, many of us are being pushed to make a decision to choose ourselves. And so when we authentically express our truth within relationships, that should come with ease and grace. It should never be a battle to express our truth within a relationship. And so get ready to find your natural voice this weekend. Get ready to express your wants and your needs within relationships, what it is that you desire, and owning it. What is it that you like? What is it that you dislike? Are you lacking respect within relationships? Because if that's the case, I think it's going to be very important for you to be inclined to assert some healthy boundaries, especially within relationships, if somebody's not showing you the respect that you know that you deserve. And so with the North Node forming a sextile to the Sun, this is suggesting a significant change or even a crisis in the energies this weekend when it comes to doing the footwork, the leg work, to developing your karmic pathway. And so the energies are really bringing forward a significant shift this weekend that is helping to support many of us stepping forward on our ideal karmic pathway. And so in the midst of crisis, in the midst of change, it can be very, very hard to see the silver lining. But we all have the ability and the strength to come through any negative situation stronger and with a stronger sense of self and who we are and where we're headed in the future. And so you're likely to have some type of meeting or destined event leading to a crisis that will help you reveal your true spiritual strength and power. And it will also likely help you to become a little bit more self-aware when it comes to owning your likes and your dislikes within relationships. So let's jump in with the cards. Let's see what needs to come through this weekend for the collective. I'm going to start off by using the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck today. Let's cut the deck and let's see. Divine Timing says there's a breakthrough this weekend. And usually in order to get through to this breakthrough, there does have to be some type of breakdown. So Divine Timing is saying, hey, I know what work you've done on yourself. I know what you've already put into the work when it comes to your spiritual journey. And Spirit, I think, is saying it's time to level up. There's some type of universal change going on collectively this weekend that's going to allow you to transform a situationship. And so you're going to have to put in the hard work. You're going to have to trust that your perseverance will eventually pay off. But I feel a solution around the corner to transform out of a negative situationship. So get ready for a breakthrough in the energies this weekend. So we're going to see what other messages need to come through for the collective. And look at that. We got liberation, rediscovery, psychic abilities. So something's a little messy is what I want to say. There is something here a little messy when it comes to an addictive pattern, a restrictive relationship that's caused a lot of challenges, a lot of impediments. I think get ready to rediscover the layers of a person that you've been dealing with in order to understand something you couldn't quite see clearly, because it's kind of time to transform out of these karmic relationship cycles. So get ready to break the chains. It's kind of like the Devil card reversed, right? So freedom always begins with a choice. We can choose to spiral and repeat, or we can choose to step into a new experience, as scary as that might be, right? And so with that North Node energy, it's coming out of that comfort zone of the Scorpionic South Node and stepping into our true pathway. That Taurus North Node is asking us to figure out, what do we value? what is true for us when it comes to our morals, our ethics, our beliefs, our foundation of self, and getting rooted in that. And so there's going to be, it's like this energy of like the Two of Swords in reverse, like somebody's getting the rose-colored glasses ripped off out of a situation, and somebody might be coming into some type of psychic gifts. Usually these gifts are triggered and activated in a moment of crisis. And so you might see something or hear something that's going to really get you to dive into your intuitive senses when it comes to developing your gifts and your abilities. And whenever there is a North Node aspect, you're likely to meet like a teacher of some sort. So there is going to be a breakthrough. And there is without a doubt a divine plan at work here. So, you know, so often we can get so attached to an outcome, to an expectation when it comes to what it is that we want for our lives. And sometimes the divine has a different plan for us, right? Sometimes things unfold total opposite according to what we expected or what we wanted, because the divine is likely trying to say, hey, I have something more meaningful I'm trying to bring into your life that's going to have long-term potential. And so I do feel, get ready to cross paths with somebody that's going to teach you a lesson about your situation. You could be involved in a karmic situation that's kind of helping you to evolve. You're likely dealing with somebody else that's trying to bring forward a lesson that needs to be considered as a gift. And, you know, lessons sometimes can be very painful to learn as part of our human experience. But I do feel there's this energy of getting out of the head into the heart and embracing some self-development here. And so get ready to bring into your self-awareness where you've been neglecting yourself. So often as healers, as empaths, as intuitives, we neglect ourselves. We're so worried about nurturing and taking care of everybody else than ourselves. So where have you been yearning for growth? Where have you been yearning to nourish yourself with nourishment? Because we never stop learning, we never stop growing, we never stop evolving unless we choose to stop evolving. We're always here continuously working on ourselves, bettering ourselves. The only person you should be in competition with is yourself, to be a better person than you were yesterday. And so you might want to really bring into your self-awareness where you've been neglecting your mind, your body, and your soul, where you've been neglecting your human experience as a sacred spiritual path and journey, and to really figure out how you can bring more healthy choices into your life, because there is something here that needs to leave your life. Something needs to be transformed, whether it's a relationship, a job, anything that really isn't serving you from stepping into that karmic pathway kind of needs to leave your life. And maybe when this lesson gets learned, you're going to be stepping forward and imparting spiritual wisdom that you have learned as, you know, this gift, this lesson. And so somebody here, I feel, is connecting with their ancestors on the other side. They're being watched over for sure. So what are you going to do in this situation? I think you're being asked to go within and to listen to your guides, because they're trying to tell you what to do. I think this energy of needing to retreat before moving forward. So let's see what needs to come through with the Illumination Oracle deck. So growth and expansion, especially when it comes to commitments. So what I do feel is somebody's love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Maybe a view on commitment and marriage is shifting, is growing, is expanding. This could mean the breakdown of a long-standing commitment in order to go towards manifesting something new. But let's see what's being illuminated in the energies. Yeah, hopes and wishes. What are your hopes and wishes? Let's face it, everybody wants to be loved. Everybody, I feel, deep down at the core envisions, you know, the perfect partner, the perfect commitment, the perfect marriage. What is it that you've hoped and you've dreamed for when it comes to a commitment? Is it what you're receiving? If it's not what it is that you've hoped and you prayed for, then maybe it's time to reevaluate your relationships and your commitments. Maybe somebody here is dealing with somebody that will never, ever commit and coming to that conclusion. So let's see what else needs to come through with the Illumination Oracle deck. So karmic lessons. Somebody needs to learn a valuable karmic lesson as part of their pathway to self-development. And maybe this lesson is going to lead to a rejection. Or maybe somebody in the past was rejected and they've been sitting in their pride and their ego when it comes to balancing a situation. So I think you're going to want to be careful to not spend too much time up in your head daydreaming. Somebody, I feel, has been like checked right out mentally, dreaming, fantasizing of somebody, likely somebody from the past that there was a rejection. There very well could be a very painful rejection this weekend. And that is that energy of somebody is definitely connected with some crossed over loved ones, some ancestors. And you are going to want to disconnect and relax. I feel somebody here is a guiding light. Somebody here I feel has resisted asking for help, asking for guidance because they've been a little bit stoic with their ego and their pride. But I feel there's likely going to be some type of rejection. Maybe there's going to be some exposure of somebody that's been dreaming of a long lost love. I'm not entirely sure. But we got Libra coming through, and there is a need to learn this lesson. So there is an imbalanced situation. We've got something here that's come between two people. There was not equal giving and receiving, and I think somebody's kind of been watching in the background, dreaming of somebody, kind of daydreaming up in the ethers about, maybe a past rejection. I feel like this is like my little spine card. Somebody's kind of watching and not really speaking up is what I'm feeling. And there is going to be a rebalancing. There's going to be this energy of somebody traveling, maybe coming to see you. They could be at a distance. This could be short or long distance travel. But somebody wants to come forward and close out a cycle. And I do feel a major karmic lesson is coming full circle with the World card. And I do think this is going to lead to a lot of passion and romance in the next relationship cycle. So let's get some past life lesson messages, and then we're going to jump in with the tarot. So a lesson in loyalty. What are you loyal to? What are you dedicated to? Faithfulness and dedication are being tested by some negative external influences. Will you remain loyal to your authentic truth? Will you remain loyal to what it is your heart is asking you to do? Because I do feel stepping into this higher level of learning. And somebody is getting a hard-earned degree when it comes to a karmic life lesson being learned. So let's see what else needs to come through for this weekend check-in, guys. Get ready for a relationship to leave your life that's just not serving your purpose. It kind of has to go away right now. Divine timing is saying it's time to break these chains. And that loyalty card wanted to come out again. Absolutely, somebody is enslaved in a situationship here where they've lost their personal sense of freedom to be able to choose for themselves and take action. Somebody is at the mercy of somebody else that is controlling them. So what are you dedicated to? I feel somebody is dealing with a mother or a mother figure or a karmic feminine energy who really is not a good example for the children, that is trying to keep somebody enslaved in a false commitment. And I do feel there's this energy of double loyalty. So what are you worth? What are you worth? There's a major lesson this lifetime when it comes to embracing self-worth, self-value, standing up for yourself. So where have you not been brave enough to embrace your uniqueness? I do feel somebody's been treated as a possession in a relationship, and nobody can ever tell you what to do. Nobody should ever own you, control you, possess you. When we are in interdependent relationships, we are free to be ourselves, to do what we want, because there is a certain level of trust, right? When we are comfortable in our own skin, in our own bodies, I don't care what anybody else does, because whatever they choose to do is on them. I can't control another person's actions. I can only control my own reactions, right? And so I do feel somebody is preparing to travel somewhere where they've only dreamed of venturing before. So let's jump in with the tarot and let's see what else needs to come through this weekend. Ooh, wow. 5 of Pentacles reversed, 9 of Cups. Somebody's wishes are about to come true, and somebody is about to leave a situation behind that I feel has left them feeling emotionally bankrupt. A connection that has left them feeling more alone than ever before, even though they're surrounded by somebody. There's a need to release some negative thought patterns for sure, some obsessive thought patterns when it comes to an abandonment wound. This is leaving lack behind and going straight towards wish fulfillment, but that will likely require walking away from something and leaving something behind. So you're going to want to have faith that whatever you got to kind of leave behind is going to lead you to wish fulfillment, even if you're not quite sure where you're going yet. So, yeah, wish fulfillment. You might have to leave a third party behind. That's come between you and what it is that you're being asked to be loyal towards and dedicated towards. So I do feel a major karmic test, a major karmic lesson, and somebody is going to be at the mercy of somebody that really has kept them trapped and controlled them. So, ooh, 9 of coins in reversed. Queen of Cups. We could have a feminine here that is very codependent. We get the Knight of Coins. We get the Emperor reversed. The 3 of Wands, that's taking action. Taking action. 3 of Cups. 6 of Wands. We do have victory here. The 5 of Wands, victory after sorrow. And we got walking away from a third-party situation. Wow. And I do think this is going to be a very painful ending. There is going to be the end of a situation. And I think it's been long. It's been draining. It's going to bring this huge, overwhelming sense of relief when this ending comes full circle. But I do think it's going to be sad. The 10 of Swords is very painful. I think somebody put all their ducks in a basket and didn't quite think a situation through. And there is a new opportunity arriving this weekend for real happiness. What are you going to be dedicated to? Because somebody's carried a burden on their shoulders for a very long time. There very well could be addictions here that need to be addressed. There's a melodramatic drama queen is what I'm feeling that is very codependent. And she might have a lot of love for you, but I feel a feminine here who's self-sacrificing out of the name of love. And I do feel there's some friends and some family that have gotten in the mix, but we've got somebody here that is afraid to be alone, that I feel wants to work on something, is coming in loyal and dedicated, but is apprehensive because she's dealing with a tyrant. I feel a Queen of Cups here that needs to go her own way, that needs to plan for the future and make a better choice. I feel there's been this inner conflict and there's been all kinds of outside opinions coming in. And it's kind of time to walk away from a dramatic situation. And we can love somebody all we want, but do they respect us? Because we've got an Emperor reversed here that lacks respect for women, that chooses weak women as a form of control. And so I feel somebody here didn't really plan very carefully. They didn't really pay attention to the details. They just, I think they were blinded by their emotions. And I feel this lack of trusting intuition. Although there's a deep love here and somebody's trying to follow their heart, I don't think it's going to be successful. I think there's a guardian angel watching over this Queen of Cups saying it's time to turn your back. Why are you trying to plant seeds with somebody that isn't logical, that lacks organization, that lacks drive, motivation, has no structure, no discipline, is not a true leader, is a tyrant, is a control freak. And it's kind of time to take those steps towards maybe a new chosen family. I do feel a third party here for sure. We've got 2 enlightened beings, purified, enlightened beings. And then we got this darker energy in between. And it could be the Queen of Cups. Just because we have karma with somebody doesn't make them a bad person. But I feel somebody is graduating to a higher level of commitment here, and engagement possibly, and victory after sorrow. But somebody is going to need to stand up for themselves here, and you're going to have to make a big, big choice when it comes to leaving something behind. I feel somebody is packing up and leaving a home situation behind because they're shifting their priorities. They're coming to this conclusion that I've been in a dead-end situation for a long time where it doesn't matter how much effort I put into it, I'm not getting the investment returned to me that I'm putting into it. And I feel it was just poor planning for the future. And somebody knows that there's something going on hidden in the background. So there's going to be the blending of ideas. There's going to be an opportunity to create something brand new, something very extraordinary, maybe with a Sag, I'm not sure, or an Aries, Virgo, water sign. but you're going to need to master self-control. And I do feel there's fear surrounding this situation. So let's look at the Queen of Cups a little bit further, because she, I feel, is very codependent. There is the Queen of Cups here, very codependent, that I feel has made a very unwise choice. She's dealing with an Emperor in reverse who has avoided taking accountability, who lacks integrity, who definitely has some questionable motives, is not a trustworthy person. And I feel there's the Queen of Cups here that has been holding on because of the memories. I feel a connection here that was rooted in some unhealthy childhood patterns. And maybe it's time to embrace some deep-seated inner child healing. We cannot keep holding on to the past and over-romanticizing as how things used to be. It's kind of time to learn this lesson. There's that wounded healer. We've got a Queen of Cups here, I think, bottoming out. I do feel there's the Queen of Cups here that's been in a period of extended grieving in a connection, hoping for a renewal when it comes to a new beginning in love. And I do feel there is like this temperance angel trying to bring forward a lesson. When we get to the Nine of Wands, it's time to learn this lesson, to find our passion for life again. I feel there's the Queen of Cups here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that really needs to defend herself and to be prepared to not give up. There is a Queen of Cups here that's been holding on to the memories of how things used to be, maybe coming into some psychic insights herself. And I think coming into this awareness of how she has been over-giving, over-compassionate, and self-sacrificing in a situation. And I do feel this is going to hurt. Yeah, it is. I feel we got a Queen of Cups here going through heartbreak, learning to let go of the past. And I do feel this is great sadness. There's a lot of pain here. But I do feel personal growth is going to come from these challenges. And I do think a healing journey. There is definitely a home situation coming to an end. Two people no longer on the same page. Let's see what the Emperor reverse has to say. Well, we got an Emperor here in reverse. With a Queen of Coins in reverse and a Justice reverse. We got an Emperor here. I feel that, yeah, chose a weak woman, chose to go down a materialistic pathway. And I do feel we've got an Emperor here, too, that is dealing with a feminine who's no longer wanting to invest in this situation. The Queen of Coins reverse is like, I'm all done giving to this situation. There's no balance here. There's no integrity here. This masculine isn't standing up for this connection. And I kind of feel like, although this Queen of Cups has a deep love for this masculine and her home and her family, she's not been practical. And I do feel needing to take a sensible approach. I think there's like some type of delusion here about this being wish fulfillment. And I really don't think it is. And I feel a feminine here withdrawing from a very imbalanced situation and learning to stand up for herself. We've got a masculine here that is not coming from a place of integrity. And it's like, I think the wish coming true is the ending of a foundation that I feel might have brought some financial security for sure. But we've got a masculine here that really isn't honoring high value family traditions. And I think we got a feminine here that's getting ready to cut this crap out of the picture. Like, I'm all done. All done playing games. I'm going to speak up. I'm going to find my authentic voice and I'm going to release this because it's no longer serving me. And I do think this has been a very difficult situation. We've got a feminine here choosing to use a double-edged sword to exchange something. I think she held on because she didn't want to give up on this person that she loved, because there is a lot of love here, but she's forgotten to take care of herself. And so I think in order to end these challenges, there's going to be a relationship paradigm shift. And we got a Queen of Swords saying, I now know my worth and I now know my value. You're not going to treat me like this. I'm going to take action towards my dreams. And I feel this feminine is going to be very successful. And you know what she's doing? She's listening to that wise counsel. She's listening to her higher self, a higher power. We could have a feminine coming into her intuition, her intuitive gifts, maybe getting together with more spiritually minded people within a community structure. And I do feel making a decision to cut something out. So let's take a look at the Three of Cups. It is time to take action. Within the next 3 days, somebody is going to be taking action to bring a third-party situation to a dead stop. There could be an emotional outburst. Oh, absolutely. There could be an ego battle coming up here. I think get ready for a fight. Somebody is tired of being trapped in a situation where somebody is refusing to take accountability for a decision that they made. There is something very unhealthy, addictive here. There is something toxic here, a trauma bond. Archangel Michael is trying to say it's time to break these chains. Take off the rose-colored glasses. Find your strength. I feel an ego battle here. There's been a power struggle, and I feel a feminine needs to find her personal power to assert herself, to realize that she's stronger than she ever knew that she was, to break the chains of something very addictive. Could be with a Cancer, a Capricorn, or a Leo. But I feel breaking free from a community or a chosen family, the cancellation of an engagement, and breaking free from an entrapped situation. So let's see what we're walking away from here and what we're walking towards. Well, we're walking away from having the rose-colored glasses on. We're walking away from a bad investment. We're walking away from a liar who refuses to communicate clearly. We're walking away from a cheater, a smiling liar, a rico suave who comes in romantic, flirtatious, speaks words of love, but really has no follow through, who has not been communicating clearly, is unemotional in this relationship, emotionally unavailable, and I think releasing a missed opportunity or something that just never really grew into something solid. And I think I'm out of here. There's going to be some type of challenging event or a shakeup, an unexpected shakeup that is going to get somebody to move forward with great speed, because there's going to be a revelation that's going to make something crystal clear. I feel there's been fear of making a decision. There's been fear of going forward. I think somebody's been pretending to be happy, over analyzing, procrastinating, people pleasing. We got a people pleaser here, and we've got somebody here that likely received some poor counsel, some poor advice. And I think they're angry and they're choosing to get the heck out of a situation, get out of Dodge. And I'm breaking free from this entrapped situation. It was an illusion. And I feel a feminine here that lacked confidence to make a decision to go after happiness, or maybe didn't know what happiness was, afraid to take action. Suppressed, depressed in a situation, distracted by the mundane daily routines of life. Somebody's been bored, discontent, suppressed, depressed, and I feel there's going to be a major wake-up call this weekend that will get somebody moving. Figure out what it is that you're loyal to, what it is that you're passionate about, and that's kind of what I got, guys. I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, I highly encourage you to check out that description box below, guys. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you found this helped, if it resonated. Give the video a share if you know somebody else out there that you feel might benefit from this message. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thanks.